Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fade from Silence. This is your host, Vince, and welcome to my show. I have noticed that we've had quite a lot of new subscribers lately, and we just wanted to say thanks so much for hanging out with us. This is being uploaded on a Saturday, so I really don't have any plans, so this is going to be nice and relaxed. However, today's topic is we know that my show, or if you don't know, my show is pretty much based around everything happening in the world of movies. Comic books, Star Wars. It could be the next Oscar movie. It could be anything along those lines. Well, all these movies are run by very big corporations. You have DC, you have Marvel, which is then run by Disney. Even Star Wars is by Disney. And if you keep hearing me mention Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Disney, if you keep hearing me mentioning those names, I know there's a whole lot of other great production studios and movie studios out there, such as Universal, etc. But the four I keep mentioning, those ones are really on top right now. And they have, as always, at the end of the year, they'll either make some reflecting statements or they will, embark and let everybody know through social media the journey that they're going to go throughout 2018. What are their goals? What are they teasing? Things like that. So without further ado, I have a whole slate, a whole list of topics that these companies have put out that I'm going to discuss. Whether it be news, possibilities, rumors, I'm going to go through all of it. So hang out with me just for a little bit. You're going to be just uploaded with knowledge. And I'm kind of going to, there's so much to go through here that I'm kind of going to pick one thing and I'm going to fade away and then pick to another thing. It's going to go kind of fast, but I'm going to give you only what you need to know, and I'm going to give you my quick synopsis of it. So without further ado, let's get started. First off, right now Marvel is eyeing who is going to play the next Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man 2, that being the MCU Spider-Man, the follow-up to Spider-Man Homecoming. Personally, do we need a Gwen Stacy? I don't think so. I think Gwen Stacy was beautifully played out in the Amazing Spider-Man universe, killed her off in the second movie. Rightfully so, it was really well done. With that, I think Zendaya, who plays the newest love interest in Spider-Man Homecoming, I think she's fine. I think you can keep her. I think they kept Vulture around, so what a great dynamic if she continues to pop up with her dad. Maybe down the line she'll be a spy and try to get more information out of Peter to feed it back to her dad. You do not need Gwen Stacy. That's my final verdict. Next, Marvel says that 20 years from now, a lot of their films will be looked back at as great movies like Winter Soldier, Civil War, but they feel that the one that's most unappreciated right now and eventually will have a cult following in the future, thus a cult classic, will be Marvel Studios' Iron Man 3. What's my opinion on this? I think this is a laughing stock. Here's the thing. With cult classics, if you don't know, it's a movie that bombed at the box office. Barely anybody saw it. And then 10, 20 years later, people started to see it and started to love it. And now, they print that stuff on a t-shirt and it will sell because people love it. It's pretty much an underappreciated classic that's having a revival. So, Iron Man 3, the difference is let's just say Pulp Fiction, okay? That has a cult following. Didn't do well, and now it is. With Pulp Fiction, that was a movie that was actually good, and then it had a following. Movies that are horrible and have a following are very rare, like The Room by Tommy Wiseau. That's a very rare scenario. So with Iron Man 3, it's known to be good, but not great. Will it have a cult following? I don't think so. If Iron Man were to die in Avengers 3, or if it keeps going regardless, Iron Man 3 is a very minute, how do we say this? It's a very minute milestone in the character that is Iron Man. I think that there's other films like Civil War that people will go back and declare is the best Marvel movie, because there's just so much more layers that Iron Man has in that movie and conflicts than he does in Iron Man 3. Next off, Avengers 3, or Avengers Infinity War, Deadpool, which comes out, next year, or Han Solo. Which one will win? Of course, this is not talking about DC's movies. This is just Marvel put out a statement, or sorry, Disney put out a statement, declaring their three biggest movies, and I guess Deadpool is owned by Fox, but still. And they're looking at, these are the three that are going to make the most money, even over Ant-Man and the Wasp, and maybe even over Black Panther. And that's Avengers, Deadpool, and Han Solo. Which one do I think will come out at the top? Ooh, you see, Han Solo, it's not your normal episodic film. To my knowledge, Rogue One made $180 million, which is a $63 million difference from what The Force Awakens opened up as. However, that movie had the Death Star, it had Darth Vader, it had all that iconic, nostalgic feel. Han Solo is a prequel. I don't think Han Solo is going to make nearly as much money, but I'm not saying it can't, So I strongly believe that Han Solo will not be the number one. Deadpool, it's great, but I think people will catch it on DVD. They don't need to see it for the first time, and we don't know how necessarily it's going to shape out in comparison to the first. But what people are freaking out over is this Avengers Infinity War trailer. One of the most watched trailers of all time on YouTube. What people are freaking out about is this huge ensemble of a cast. Maybe the best cast ever put together in any movie ever. This is more of an event. It's not just a movie, it's an event. And I think Avengers Infinity War will be the most watched of all of them. Let's move on to the next topic. So it looks as if Iron Man, his armor for Infinity War has officially been unveiled. It looks very similar to the Invincible Iron Man armor. And what are my thoughts on it? It looks okay. It looks a little elastic, like the shoulder area. It looks like that classic rubberized elastic. It doesn't look as armored, I guess you would say, but it's very simplified. I think it's a good direction for Iron Man. Next up, DC. Green Lantern, it's been greenlit by DC. It's officially going to be coming out with no, date or year set. But what are my opinions on it? I think that it's a bad idea. I think that DC right now is really trying to set up their cosmic universe with Darkseid, with the Parademons, with Green Lantern, Man of Steel. They're trying to go really broad with these ideas. And guys, to be honest, they need to set up what's on Earth more than what's out of Earth. That's what the Marvel Cinematic Universe did so well. They set up Captain America and Thor, things that are, how do I say this? Things that are more historical, and then they built up to modern day with like the Avengers and Iron Mans. And then from there, they grew and grew until they got to Guardians of the Galaxy, and they took it out of this world. And now that's why Avengers Infinity War feels so amazing. It's so cosmified that now I feel like anything's possible. With DC, they just don't have a strong enough build as to what's on Earth before they can expand off of Earth. So I think Green Lantern is a horrible move. And as far as who would I like to see play Green Lantern, I'm with everybody with Idris Elba. I think having your Jon Stewart as Green Lantern rather than Hal Jordan or Guy Gardner, I want Jon Stewart, and I think that would be a really fresh take with the DC Universe, as they're being very woke right now with Cyborg and with Wonder Woman. They're making good choices, they just cannot execute. So if they can execute with Green Lantern, then they have a really strong property, and they have my, $10.60 for a ticket? They have my money. Well, let's look here, guys. Let's look. Still looking, still looking. Alright, let's talk about this. There's a lot of fan speculation that's going on right now. As you know, in Marvel's Spider-Man Homecoming, they saw the Avengers Tower being, sold off. And everyone's wondering, well, who does that go to? Marvel does a very good job of not doing stuff just for no good reason. Every story they have leads somewhere. So where is this leading to? A lot of people are speculating the Fantastic Four, the Baxter building. If that's the case and the Fantastic Four happen to show up in Avengers, do you know how amazing that would be? That would be fantastic. What a great take. That's so fresh. And once again, Marvel did it. They both pleased the fans and made a great movie. With all the Fox dealings going on, Marvel could very easily, sink that hole in one, and I think it's possible. And a lot of other people are talking about Han Solo. Is that movie in trouble? It's 4 months away, and there's been no trailer. A lot of people are saying right now, like, well, movies do this whole 1 year campaign. They put out a trailer 1 year before the movie comes out, builds up hype with that teaser. Then the official trailer 6 months away, and then the next trailer 3 months away, then all these different TV spots up until the release. That's a smart move. As to why Han Solo has not done that yet, the answer is simple. They've been having some issues. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a bad movie. They've just been having some issues. They're not like every other movie. Not every director just drops halfway through the movie. But unfortunately, that's what they're having to deal with right now. So, am I worried that there's not a trailer? No. Why am I not worried about this? Guys, they could have gave us a trailer a year ago. It just wouldn't have been a good trailer. They want to please the fans so badly that's the reason why they haven't put out a trailer. Because they want to please the fans. They want it to be a great trailer. And with that, we know that if they reshot 80% of the movie, they are now reshooting those reshoots. Does that scream panic? Yeah. That's a little scary, to say the least. But they want to make sure it's good for us. Therefore, they're going to give us a quality trailer. So I trust Ron Howard that it's all going to go well. And I don't think we have anything to worry about. So just hang tight, wait for it to come out, and when it does come out, I'll post a review on what my thoughts are. Sony also put out a statement saying that they're really excited for this Venom movie, and marketing will kick in soon. And you have Tom Hardy playing Venom. You have an Oscar-winning actor who played Bane, who was in The Revenant, countless other things, even Dunkirk, and he's playing Venom. This will be amazing. However, they don't know how to market this movie. If it's going to be rated R, how scared do they go? Because they know kids are going to see this too. If it is under the Marvel Universe, how safe do they have to play it? Because Spider-Man Homecoming, that's PG-13. So if they go up to an R movie, Spider-Man Homecoming was making Ferris Bueller jokes. But on the other end, Venom's going to be ripping off people's heads. So how are we going to do this? For connective tissue, I do think Venom should be connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, let's talk about bold choices here. I don't think Venom should go up against Spider-Man. We have seen time and time again Marvel villains from different universes fighting other Marvel heroes. Well, what do I mean by this? Let's think here. All right, for instance, oh my gosh, what's his name? Baron Zemo, yes. He's a Captain America villain. However, he was in Captain America Civil War. No, he wasn't fighting, but he was plotting against all the Marvel villains. Ultron, he's an Ant-Man villain. He's an Iron Man villain. However, he was fighting along everybody. So, why can't Venom fight somebody like Daredevil, The Punisher, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, or Luke Cage? Here's the thing. Marvel has already set up an R-rated universe, and that's on Netflix. So, if you could bring Daredevil or The Punisher to live action, and you have them go up against this R-rated movie, what a kick-ass movie. Like, I think anybody would see that. I would see that in a heartbeat. That would be really cool. Do that. Gambit. Another director quits. The train wreck continues. What are my thoughts? Yeah, Gambit, that's an issue. Fox needs to get their crap together, man. I mean, you have Channing Tatum locked in to play Gambit, one of the greatest X-Men characters of all time. And why can't we make this happen? Creative differences, maybe? I don't know. See, unlike most things, Gambit, they've not put together any marketing for this movie whatsoever. There's been no details about it. We just heard about directors quitting and the actor they have signed on to play. So I can't really form a worthy opinion if there's nothing to work with here. Gambit, there's clearly something wrong with your script. I would just drop it. Warner Brothers and DC finally admits that they can't keep up with Disney. That's valid. Once again, I said this before. DC is woke. They get that they have issues. They understand, political, the political spectrum right now. They understand pop culture more so than Marvel maybe, with what they've included with Wonder Woman and Cyborg, and they're gonna keep doing it. So they cannot keep up with Disney box office wise, financially. Quality wise, they can't either because they don't have the budgets. However, development wise, guys, you just gotta develop a little bit more, and you're still somebody. Your superhero movie. It's the age of superhero movies right now. Comic books, etc. Capitalize on that. Keep making movies. Don't stop. But just remember that you can catch up too. But let's face it, can they catch up as of this moment? Not a chance. I appreciate their honesty, though. So, if you guys haven't heard, there's officially been a Black Widow movie confirmed. Will Joss Whedon direct? I don't think so. Although he's always wanted to. But will he? I don't think he will. But at the same time, he might. I say it's 50-50. He set up this great character. Yes, she was an Iron Man 2. I'm aware of that. But he really expanded on her in Avengers. He made her a real character rather than just a badass in a skin tight black suit and kind of attractive. However, here is where the question lies. Where will her... guys, just think about it. Where will her film line up? It can't be during Infinity War. It can't be after Infinity War. If you just had a giant, catastrophe like Thanos and the Black Order, why planetary invasion and then you're going to cut to some, Russian spy thriller? No, that doesn't work. So it would have to be a prequel. And what Marvel does so well is every movie that comes out is in chronological order. If Black Widow comes out and it's not in chronological order, that'll throw everybody for a loop. So is this a bad idea? Yes, this is a bad idea. You have Captain Marvel coming out, and strategically, that is the first female-led movie to counter Wonder Woman. So, there's no need to make a second one with Black Widow. I would say halt this project. I would say it is a no-go. I think it's a very bad idea. This is very interesting. So, you guys know what pre-sale tickets are, right? The company will, say tickets are now available, and you can pre-order your tickets months in advance. Black Panther doesn't come out for a couple months yet, and their pre-sale for tickets have already beat Captain America: Civil War. That's an achievement. you had fans so excited to see Black Panther that they bought a ticket for Civil War just to see him. You have Captain America fans, you have Iron Man fans, you have all these fans. However, somehow you have Black Panther fans beat out all the other superhero fans. That's incredible. And I give them major props to that. Black Panther, regardless if it's going to be a good movie or not, it'll be a fun movie, and I can't express this enough. It will be an event for both studios and for fans. Keep your eye out on Black Panther, because this will either be one of the most monumental films of all time with their all-African cast, or this will just be another great movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's no room for error, there's no room for failure, and it will not fail. Let's do two more of these announcements, shall we? Let me just do some looking here. So Taika Waititi, the director of Thor 3, Thor Ragnarok, he's very interested in doing a Thor 4 and maybe an Asgardian standalone film with Valkyrie, maybe a Loki film if Loki continues to survive for God knows why. That'd be awesome. Now, I don't think Thor's going to make it out of Avengers Infinity War, but if they can do a Loki standalone movie, guys, you're looking at a $200 million opening weekend. Who would not want to see a Loki movie? That's amazing. Last one. Gotta make sure I find a good topic for us. Ooh, I love this. Ready? Mark Hamill subtly hints that he wouldn't mind playing Dr. Octopus in MCU's Spider-Man 2. Oh, guys, can you imagine Luke Skywalker as Dr. Octopus? I can't, and I'll tell you why. What made Dr. Octopus so great in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man? He was a known actor, but he wasn't that well known. So when you saw him, you didn't say, "Oh, that's that guy from that one movie." No, he blended right in. That's what Star Wars does so well. They're getting Alden Ehrenreich to play Han Solo. If they got Tom Hardy to play Han Solo, they'd be like, "Oh, look, it's Bane as Han Solo." No, it's just this actor as Han Solo. So if you have Mark Hamill, a legend, playing Dr. Octopus, I don't think fans could separate him from being Luke Skywalker. So I think that's a no-go as well. With that, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Once again, I'm your host, Vince. Hey, feel free to leave us a like, comment, and if you guys want to subscribe, hey, we'd be more than appreciative. Welcome to the Vince and Al podcast. Al's my other host. He does the Golden Goal Show. His show is actually acquiring more of a following than mine, and I totally get it because he's pumping out great content. If you guys are fans of sports and pop culture in general, pop culture is more of like our normal episodes, which upload every Thursday. You might want to stay tuned for those. But if you guys are sports fans, I cannot express enough how much you guys got to check out the Golden Goal Show, hosted by my best friend, Al. Thanks again, guys, so much for listening. Feel free to check out our Instagram page, which is Vince, the letter N, and then Al, space podcast. You will hear from me again on Saturday. Once again, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave it a like, and have a great day, guys. Happy 2018. Take care.